Stop dreaming and get a regular job. Start driving Uber. It's not going to happen.
Is that what you would tell people?
Yes. That is exactly what I would tell people, because that's the reality of the situation. It's just not going to happen. I mean, I want you to step out of your body for what you're asking. You're talking about fantasy here, realist. And I hope that you can appreciate. I always tell people, give me permission to be brutally honest. So I'm going to ask you, do you give me permission to be brutally honest?
Yes.
Okay. What you're talking about is fantasy, man. We're talking about real money. Lenders have no emotion at all. Listen to what I say. They care about two things and two things only. How the hell are you going to pay this back? What the hell's going to happen if you don't pay it back? The profile that you're presenting to me is, number one, how the hell are you going to pay this back? You know what I'm saying? And it comes out to revenue, asset, and credit, right? Cool.
Okay.
I don't necessarily know how or what the standing issue is, but I just recognize that there's a little bit more to the story than what's being told, right? If you are independent, it shouldn't really have an impact on an existing business once you've been trained. So I really don't know.
Got it. So these are, and with full transparency, I have not taken this course.
Okay.
I have my own thoughts and opinions on it. And actually, let's just... Hello. Mr. What up, man?
How are you this morning?
Nah, I'm doing good. No problem. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. I recently saw some of your videos on YouTube.
Okay. I said I apologize for that. You saw me ranting on YouTube?
I'm always right. It's like when I'm right, I'm right. And when I'm wrong, I could have been right. So I'm still right because I could have been wrong.
That makes sense.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate it, man. How I saw you is I had been wanting to get into the CCTG program with Kris Rogrieli or whatever his name is. And when I saw your video about him, I was like, okay, well, at least somebody's giving me some honest feedback. And so, truth be told, I wanted to get into the capital lending business, right? And I felt like his program, based on, his reach, and I actually reached out to a couple of the people who's been through the program. They said they love the program, they love what he has to offer. And then recently I reached out to that same person and said, how are things going? And he's like, well, since he's been arrested and has this I guess the FBI raided his place, his business has been impacted. So I'm like, okay, what do I do now? And I wanted to see what you have to offer and what your program has to offer.
I want to start from where you just left off. I believe his program, the promise is he teaches people how to start their own commercial lending business, correct?
Correct.
And if that's the motive and that's the objective, how, if him being arrested, could impact the people with independent-owned businesses of running commercial loans?
Yeah, see, that's a great question, because I wanted to know that as well. Like, I would think if he was in the Fortune 5000, which I think he advertises, if something happened to him, the entire organization shouldn't collapse, right? So,
tell me a little bit about your background, briefly. I mean, what do you do? Where are you coming from? And what I'm trying to gauge is, what is your knowledge thus far about this specific industry?
I have little to no knowledge about this industry, right? About me, I went to SMU. I believe you're in, or were you just living?
Just for a moment. I just moved back to.
Okay.
Yes.
What part of? Okay. I've got good friends out in Pine Bluff.
Okay.
So
I
went to SMU out there. I did got my want to start a consulting company. Right now, I'm in medical device sales. So I sell a disposable product, pretty decent income. But fact is, I'd like to get out there and start my own business, helping individuals start their business by helping provide them funding opportunities. So one of the things that I have personally tried to do is fix my credit, because I don't even think I'm credit worthy to be fundable for some of the opportunities that I've been looking at. I've looked into business credit or capital to help myself, but I'm constantly coming up with roadblocks as well. And I believe that's because of my personal credit history. So
gotcha.
I think that kind of sums it up.
Gotcha. How long have you been in I think it's
Yeah, I've been in there. It'll be 2 years in May.
Let's look at, it sounds like you're a businessman, so you should be able to see my screen, right?
Yes.
So this is their website, Commercial Capital Training Group, and you see their prices, $25,000, $68,000, $99,000 to get into these programs, right? And
yeah,
you seem like a guy with some common sense. Let's look at what you're stating that you're getting from this. And I'm going to tell you kind of what my gripes are about Commercial Capital Training Group. They say you get a 6-day comprehensive training. I can tell you right now, from somebody that's been in this industry for some time, there's absolutely no way at all that you can learn everything that you need to learn in 6 days. That's almost disrespectful to what I do as a business loan broker. I've been doing this for over 15 years. Okay, you can't do this. You cannot learn this in 6 days. That's my first issue with that. Secondly, most people that are trying to get into this are in a transitional phase. Maybe they have a current job right now. They're trying to see if this is something they can do. Nobody has just 6 days. And this is an one-on-one where they fly you to New York or Vegas or whatever, and they put you in an expensive hotel, and you have 6 days to learn all of this stuff. And then keep moving on with that. You get a one-of-a-kind marketing package of education. Again, I think you said you have some degrees in marketing or something, right?
Correct.
So, what the hell does that mean? State-of-the-art optimized website, $5,000 value. We can be honest here. What was your name again, sir? What is it?
James.
We can be honest here and say that it's 2024. There's no really website that should cost $5,000. Like, come on, man. That's a little bit.
Yeah.
This is the problem that I have with this specific industry. Anybody that sells this stuff is the way they position this stuff, and the promise does not meet what you're getting. Our guaranteed lead generation program, 725 leads for 1 lead per month. I can tell you right now, as somebody that's been in this industry for so long, these are the most valuable leads they are within every single sector in business, period. Because, when you're talking about SEO marketing, you're battling with the largest banks there is, okay? When you're talking, the point that I'm trying to make is nobody's giving away leads in this industry, okay? It just doesn't happen. It's social media marketing and management for 2 full years. Come on. They're outsourcing that to the Philippines. I do that myself. There's no $25,000 worth of value here. Email marketing for 2 years. We have ChatGPT right now. 1,000 free direct mail leads. I'm telling you, that's a bulk lead that they're overselling and selling and selling. Google Analytics setups. You can do that by watching 1 or 2 YouTube videos. Comprehensive training manual. What does that mean? Comprehensive cloud. I can keep going and going. And the problem, there's 3 different major competitors in this specific industry. And if you've seen my YouTube video, I have no shame at all in exposing them and actually telling exactly what they offer and what issues I have behind it. And I asked them even if to rebuttal and tell me what I'm saying that is so wrong. These are the major players. Yeah. You have Commercial Capital Training Group. I dedicated a year and I went through all their graduates, damn near everybody that is on here. And I can tell you 95% of these people, they're not in business. They're just not in business. They invested so much. It's just bullshit. It just really is. It's a bunch of hooray, hooray. Even this NFL player, I looked him up, ex-NFL player. And you can look up these people. If you offer business lending, you should be Googleable. It's 2020. You understand what I'm saying?
Agreed.
You should be Googleable. There's no way you're hiding. You offer business funding. At a minimum, I should be able to Google you. You can go and just Google some of these people. Then you have this guy right here. This guy is offered by a gentleman by the name of Phil Duche. This is the pioneer. This is the first company to ever offer such a training. Okay, they're the first people that ever do it. This guy's Phil. I don't know where Phil is at. I'm gonna show you. I actually personally talked to this guy a long time ago. What problem do I have with Phil? Phil, number one, he's old school. Mainly his focus is on real estate funding and a lot of focus on SBA lending. A lot of very traditional type of bank type of funding. And he sells his program for 19 grand. Same format. He flies you to New York. You get basic training, certification, and as a global professional. What the hell does that mean? Additional person trained. I don't know what that is. Oh, no, you can bring a partner. That's what that means. Lenders. I don't know what lenders you get. And full transparency, I have not taken his course either. Global training manuals. I don't know what the hell that means. lenders guidelines and manuals. These are things that constantly change with the market. If we're talking about lenders criteria, those constantly change. Application forms, these are just templates. Marketing, logo design, these are stuff that you can get for free.
Yeah.
Business identity, what was that? I mean, a business card, 1,000 leads. Come on. Okay. And the reason I say this is the profit margins for this industry are huge. I make on average $2,500 to $5,000 on a low end per client, and there's loans like merchant cash advance, you get 10%. I've done, I think so far this year, about 2.4 million in merchant cash advance loans. That's over $200,000 in commissions. Dude, John, I'm not giving you 1,000 free leads. Okay, it's just nobody is that nice. These are bulk leads that are sold and sold and sold again, and they're making position this as you're getting 1,000 leads and you're going to get into business and make a lot of money. It doesn't happen like that. Okay, so you of course you have Oz with Business Lending Blueprint. I have actually purchased this gentleman's course, and it's bullshit. I was so I his course so much that I actually did a critique of his course, Business Lending. I did a critique. I think I paid like $3,000 for his course. Now, the only benefit of Business Lending Blueprint, or Business Lending Bullshit, as I call it, is it's actually an evergreen course. He's actually pretty modern. You actually watch him. Here, why is this not pulling up? You actually watch him on videos. It sits on a Kajabi site. Let me pull it. Let me pull up. I don't know why this thing is taking so long to pull up. But it's actually on a Kajabi site. But the problem with his course again is he lies. He doesn't teach you anything about how to become a business loan broker. If you just go right here, I did actually a full critique of his course. It's like a 4-hour-long video of me actually taking his course and talking about his course. So you can actually, if you don't want to invest your money, you can just go and watch that video, and you will see. And I've made tons of videos about Mr. Oz on my channel and talking about his course and why his course is a scam. So you can see that he even tried to sue me. There's a ton of videos online about it. But to answer your question, the reason why you're here is you're trying to get us in this industry. What makes me different? Because other than the three competitors, there's two things. I offer what I call clarity. Clarity in the sense of, I have the 3 paths of lending method that I teach. I wrote a book about that, and I talk about the 3 ways.
The paths to lending? You said
3 paths of lending. Yes.
Okay.
Look into that. I got a free book you can download. There's videos that I created on YouTube on that. But the whole concept I talk about is the 3 ways on how you can get a business funded. And there's only 3 ways on how you can get a business funded. Either based on the client's credit, either based on the client's income or revenue, or either based on a specific asset that can be used as collateral. This is what I call paths of lending. I talk about the different products within each one of the paths. If somebody has great credit, you can get them business credit cards. If somebody has great revenue, we talk about revenue-based loans, from SBA loans to merchant cash advance to factoring loans to purchase order financing to account receivable financing to every single loan that requires some type of revenue verification. And if for asset-based lending, I talk to you about real estate loans, I talk to you about equipment financing, and such loans that require collateral. And then I go much deeper and I talk about the minimum criteria to qualify for each one of these loans, each one of these products, per se. So that's the approach that I've taken. And I've developed systems to help brokers underwrite, pre-qualify. I have a CRM that I've built. So I offer the clarity and I give a good, systems and steps and execution in order to actually get this done. That's what I offer. That's completely different than, what most of these people are doing.
Okay. One of the things that I was intrigued about, and you just kind of touched base on it, was what the type of funding that CCTG could offer. Are you still on their page by any chance?
Yes.
The type of funding that they offer is, let's see, do you have it? I think it's under their tab where they say this is the financing that you can offer.
Finance you can offer. No.
Yep, that's the one, right? So they scroll down a little bit. So that's the offerings that they have. And I'm guessing that's what they consider to be the lenders that they work with. Is that a factual statement or?
No, these are not funding types. These are transaction types.
Okay.
And these are, remember what I told you, I offer clarity. So this is where the confusion comes in. Let's just go through this list here. So I told you, these are not lending products. These are not the lenders they work with. These are the type of transactions that they claim that they can assist you facilitate. And let me make it make sense. Account receivable financing, asset-based lines of credit, bridge and hard money loans, business acquisition financing. These are just different types of transaction types. How was that acquisition done? Was that done through revenue-based, asset-based, or credit-based? How was this business and industry guaranteed loans, B&I, business term loans, church real estate financing? How did that church finance their real estate? Contract financing, consumer financing programs. This is playing the SEO game, just listing a bunch of shit. Franchise financing, large project financing. What does that mean?
Question, because that was what some of what I didn't understand. What are you, when you reference these different quote unquote, I call them opportunities, because the one I was most interested in was the acquisition financing. Like, what does that even mean?
And that's what I'm trying to tell you. This is just bullshit to just, my French, to just say a bunch of stuff that doesn't mean anything. Okay. And if you, let me go back to this. And I've actually, there's a free course that I offer that's soon going to be off of YouTube. You got a logical mind. So let's just go by this. This is what I offer right here. Introduction 3 Paths to Lending. And you can kind of watch this. Now, I want you to it doesn't seem like you were born yesterday. Okay. So just understand this. And just let's have a logical conversation as men. And tell me if I'm wrong. There's only 3 ways that you can borrow money, period. It does not matter if you're looking for $1,000 or if you're looking for $1 million. There's only 3 ways on how you can borrow money, period. And I tried to help.
What was the other one?
Credit, revenue, and assets.
Okay.
That's it. These is what I call the different paths of lending, the different segments of lending, the different doors of lending. However the fuck you want to call it, I don't care. But these are the only 3 ways on how we can borrow money. I need you to understand that, because as you're talking to clients, your job is to help them determine which is the right path to help them reach their goal based on the underlying facts. Does that make sense? Okay. And there's no other way, unless you're talking about borrowing money from your cousin or your ex-girlfriend's brother or something. That falls under the 3 paths. But with every single way that you've borrowed money, and let's talk about it in real life, what products I'm talking about. A car loan, what does that fall under? Asset-based, right? A mortgage, what does that fall under? Asset-based, right?
Yeah.
Let's say a credit card, what does that fall under? Credit-based. It's unsecured, right? A personal loan, they're going to ask for pay stubs. What does that fall under? Revenue-based. You see what I'm saying? So from a bird's eye view, if you look at it from a bird's eye view, all lending products fall under 3 paths. Credit-based lending. Now, what we have is, within each one of these paths, and let me show you all the lending products that exist, period. You can call them, there's different ways that people call them. There's different twists and names, but this is them. You have, and these are the products that we offer. This is the products that you can offer. But you have unsecured business lines. That falls under credit-based, where we can get people $50,000 to $100,000 in business credit cards. There's personal credit lines. That falls under credit-based. There's personal loans. That falls under revenue-based. There's traditional line of credit. These are lines of credit that are given to businesses based on their revenue. There's purchase financing. Purchase order financing is a type of financing where you can get a loan based on a specific purchase order. For example, let's say you make candles and Walmart comes to you and say that, hey, Valentine's is coming up. We need $1 million of those candles, and you need money to satisfy that order. You can go to a lender that does purchase order financing and be like, dude, Walmart needs $1 million of these candles. Give me an advance so I can make these candles and we can make this money. That's what personal financing is. Inventory financing is getting financing based on your inventory. Accounts receivable financing. These are for businesses that let's just say like a gym or some type of program that has like Netflix, they charge people a monthly subscription. So let's say they need money, they can finance their future invoices. They can say, hey, we got 100 people that are on these subscriptions. Let us borrow. You see what I'm saying? Equipment financing. That's an example of like an auto loan. That falls into equipment financing. Real estate, there's different types of real estate. There's purchases, there's construction, there's debtor in possession. These are different type of transactions. SBA loan. There's 504, SBA Express, SBA 7A. These are different types of SBA loans. There's 401k financing. There's revenue term loans. These are, but if you see these are the type of loans that are out there. Now, when you come right here, and you can see that I can sit there and I can explain to you the type of transaction it is. And let's just say within real estate itself, there's different products within real estate. Let me just give you an example of a real estate matrix to make that make sense. Because there's not one real estate product. There's multiple different products, right? And I have a matrix that I show you, and I have a matrix for each one of these lending segments. Where's our real estate matrix? Real estate matrix. Okay. You got that on your screen right there?
Yeah.
I'm the master of simplification. I try to simplify everything. Within real estate, this is our real estate matrix. There's real estate falls under 3 different categories. There's conventional real estate loans. These are like regular bank commercial loans for real estate. There's agency loans. These are the loans that are usually governed by the government, sponsored by the government, or guaranteed by the government. We're talking about SBA loans, Fannie Mae loans, or CMBS loans. And there's private money. This is where you're talking about like hard money, usually used with real estate investors. I go deep and I talk to you about, the minimum and maximum loan amounts, the property types that are associated with these type of transactions. I explain to you the different loan types. It's either purchase, refi, or cash out, or is it a construction, or is there a cross-collateralization involved? But anyway, we're kind of getting away from your question. The point that I was trying to make is, number one, I don't know why I took you off. When you look at this, going back to you wanted to ask what kind of loans are they offering? When you look at this, you can see this, a list of just a bunch of, somebody came out there and probably went on ChatGPT and just wrote all different types of business transactions there is, and they're advertising that to people that don't know what the hell they're talking about, what kind of financing we offer. I mean, these are different transaction types in essence. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah. Do you offer business acquisition financing types?
Yes.
Would that fall?
This is what I want you to think. It doesn't matter what the hell you're going to need the money for. Business acquisition, right?
Would be revenue based, right?
It will fall under, there's questions that I have to ask. How much money are we talking about? Are we talking about 25 grand? Or are we talking about 50 grand? Are we talking about a client that has great credit or, been in business for a couple of years? All of these, without sounding silly, but it's irrelevant unless we understand the client. We need to know how much money the client is looking for, and we need to know what the client's credit standing is, revenue standing is, and asset standing. How much money they're looking for, where do they stand on their credit, where do they stand on their revenue, and where do they stand on their assets? That's what's really important. And we can get them the money, they can use the money for whatever the hell they need it for. Or if it's a business acquisition loan and there's some real estate involved, then we go and get a real estate loan. How much money you see what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And there's times where, okay, it's a business acquisition. I'm going to be selling the real estate for $2 million, and then you can buy the business for $1 million. We're talking about 2 different types of transactions here. We're talking about a real estate transactions and utilizing the revenue of that business to get them a business loan or term loan, or an SBA loan for acquiring that business. So, by the way, if you don't know, this video is brought to you by Pennington Consulting Group, where we always say our goal is to help you reach your goals. So if you're looking for some funding, if you're a business, if you're looking to start, grow, or even expand your business or in need of some funding, you want to go ahead and click the link in the description below and visit us at Pennington Consulting Group. In addition to that, if you're looking to start your own business loan agency, this program is also brought to you by Broker Solutions Academy. And what we do is we help loan brokers and understand and simplify the various funding products that are available in the marketplace so they can properly serve their clients, stop the endless confusion and self-defeating pointless rat race they're currently in, and grow their business while maximizing profits by teaching them how to become a real business loan broker, not just a glorified referral partner. So definitely there's going to be a link in the description. We've worked all year long to really package this program, and it's the most comprehensive loan broker training there is. Guaranteed you're going to be successful, especially if you're going to be having me as your coach. Okay, so definitely want to check the links in the description. In addition to that, if you're interested in some of our media services, we offer YouTube editing services. I have my team. You see how great these videos are. Come on. Okay, you look at our website. You look how good those websites are. And look at your website. Okay, so if you're interested in having us work on your website, if you're interested in having us work on your YouTube, or even get your social media game just right, you want to go ahead and reach out to us. There's going to be a link in the description on how we can partner up together to help you grow your social media presence, your web presence, so you can position yourself for success, as I always say. So anyway, what's it is slowing the hell down first and taking a bird's eye view of the different paths and understanding the different products, understanding what the lenders are looking for, you know, and will give you the ammunition needed to go in there. And to make it make sense, when you go to your doctor's office, right? Your doctor has had over 7 to 10 years of goddamn school, and you know, they had to monitor another doctor. They had to do a residency. So when you walk in there and your knee hurts, you're going to tell the doc, my knee hurts. The doc is going to ask you a few questions, and he's going to say that, what if you do this? What if you lift it up like this? What if you that? And the doc immediately should know, okay, cool. Based on my experience, this is what happens. This is your prescription. Boom, get the hell out of here, right? So as a business loan broker, the client comes to you with, this is how much I need. Okay, cool. Let me assess your credit. Let me assess your income. Let me assess your assets. This is your prescription. This is how we're going to get it. That's how we do that. Okay. So when you get ready to get started,
what is your pricing structure?
You got to watch this one video when I talk about it. It all depends on what you're trying to do. Are you trying to become a business loan agent, or are you trying to become a business loan broker? There's a difference. A business loan agent, I'm gonna send you this video so you can make your decision.
Okay.
So I've taken the approach that they've used in real estate, because in real estate there's real estate agents and there's real estate brokers. Generally, a real estate agent
is working under a broker.
Under a broker, correct. So
and a broker is the one that can handle, that opens the shop and has the responsibility and the liability of the agent.
Correct. So it's the same approach.
That's what I did in my past life. I'm a real estate broker.
Oh, okay. So if you want to start off, and I always advise people to start off as an agent. And basically, you know, you bring the clients, we'll become your back-end processing office. And you bring the client who processes them for you, and we do a 50-50 split on commission.
Okay.
You know, and then after that, you know, once you want to go ahead and start your own agency, we can train you how to do that as well. But if you want to start off as an agent, you're looking at $1,500. And we'll train you on the 3 paths to lending. We'll train you on the different products and exactly what you need to know, how to, you know, handle the calls with the clients. I'm gonna send you a video that I did on YouTube. A lot of this stuff I also train on YouTube, how to handle the initial call. And we're also going to offer you some of the different assets that you need in order to get started, marketing assets. So we'll kind of just get you started. And if you want to go ahead and eventually are interested in running your own agency and become a broker, where we teach you everything that you need to know on how to process these applications, we'll build a custom CRM for your business. We'll build a custom website for your business. We'll give you all the marketing, pretty much everything that you need. It's a turnkey business. You know, all the access to all the lenders and one-on-one support to get you and keep 100% of the profits, of course. Then you're looking at $15,000. So it's $1,500.
Okay, so $1,500 for an agent.
Mm-hmm.
$15,000 for the brokers.
Correct, sir. So when we're getting started?
I honestly would like to start out as a broker, but $15,000 is a little bit more than I have at this moment. So ideally, starting out as an agent and learning the business and the split works for me. That actually gives me the opportunity to test my model, because again, I want to get into the consulting side of the business, but I see that there is an opportunity there for the financing piece, right? And I guess 2 questions before we even get deeper into that. Your thoughts on Credit Suite?
Credit Suite, as far as the business lending platform, business credit building platform.
Yes, their quote unquote partnership.
You haven't spent much time on my channel, huh?
I found you this weekend.
found me this weekend?
I found you Friday? Friday, yeah.
Okay, so let me.
I did see where you had a part 2 for Credit Suite where you're basically talking about they are a CR, and I think actually in that video you broke down what they're doing with the Net 30 accounts and building profiles and different things like that. So if there was something more in depth than that, then that's the extent of what.
Well, this is my. I made this video, and I'm texting you your number, right?
Correct.
At a surface level, people are not really understanding what they're talking about. So I'm here to kind of make it make sense as it pertains to building business credit. I'm going to take you through step by step. I'm going to try to do this in 15 minutes, but you guys know I talk too damn much. Let's do 20 minutes. I'm going to show you how to build business credit. I'm going to show you how to understand business credit in less than 15 minutes, step by step on how to get this done. So I made that video, 3 stages on building business credit. The main problem that I have with all these companies is the promise. I'm really big on the promise. Deliver on your promise. I don't have no beef with you. Okay.
Yeah.
So the thing about Credit Suite is the promise is they're telling you that they're going to teach you how to build business credit and they're going to get you $150,000, $500,000 in funding. That's the promise, right? I'm sitting here and I can tell you with a straight up face, that's bullshit. That does not exist. Okay, you cannot do that. You cannot strictly build business credit and get up to $500,000 access to capital without properly having a proper personal credit as well. It does not exist. They go hand in hand. There's benefits to building business credit. You have to build business credit. I teach people, I'm a big component of credit card stacking as one of the best ways of getting your business funded, where you can get $50,000 to $100,000 in business credit cards. It don't report on your personal credit, helps build business credit. So there's a bittersweet thing that I have with Credit Suite. I have a problem with what they're promising people. You're not going to go out there and create a new LLC and get some Net 30 accounts and get some, Net 90 accounts, and then gets, with Accurate and Uline and Granger, and then eventually get a vendor card with Office Depot and Best Buy, and then eventually just graduate up to $500,000 strictly based on the business. That does not exist without them not having to look at the revenue or anything. It just doesn't exist. Or having to consider the business owner's personal credit. It does not exist. And I'm saying that from somebody that does business loan on a consistent basis. When I get on the phone with a client, I don't care if we're talking about a business loan. The lender will look at your personal credit. They just do. They will consider the business credit as well. They will look at it, but they always look at the personal credit, irregardless. You see what I'm saying? That's just the world that we live in. So the only benefit of business credit is it helps with credibility. It increases clout. It's like a nice suit. You ever been to a business meeting and somebody has a really nice suit or it has a nice Rolex on? It helps. You've been in real estate. Perception is key, right?
Yeah.
So business credit increases the clout, the perception, the credibility of a business. It will make a big difference if you're going to get approved for $30,000 or $50,000 based on how you have your business well set up. Yes. But saying and telling people and preaching to people that pay me $5,000, I'll teach you how to build business credit so you can get up to $500,000 in business financing without using your personal credit ever again is a fucking lie. That's not true. So those are my thoughts on Credit Suite and kind of, what they do. I like that. The sweet part about Credit Suite, just like you, that's how I learned about business credit. Business credit from 15 years ago was so taboo. I've known about business credit a long time ago. I remember paying somebody $500 to help me incorporate my LLC. Such a silly thing to do right now that I know how to do. You just go to the Secretary of State. If you can open a Facebook social media page, you can incorporate an LLC.
Yeah.
It's silly, but these things were so valuable back then, like 15, 20 years ago when I was getting started in the industry. This is how lawyers made their money. Just now we live in a world that it's just templates. People have realized that these lawyers, you don't need a lawyer to draft up a contract. You just freaking templates that they're using,
Yes.
So it's, I like what Credit Suite did. It put it in a system format, put it out there to the masses, but the value of what they're teaching right now, it's really gone down. it's not that valuable anymore. I've made a 30-minute video, and you will see that 30-minute video is basically credit free. And it's a program that I personally used to sell for $2,500, $5,000 as well. But I don't believe in it anymore. Can't take $5,000 from me and tell you that I'm going to help you build business credit. No, I just rather you pay me $5,000 and have you teach you and spend some time with you about 3 paths of lending. That's going to be a much better benefit to you with what your objective is, with the thought process you have of trying to build business credit, than trying to learn how to get net 30 accounts.
Yeah, that's honestly, so I was looking into getting Credit Suite as well as the CCTG program because I looked at Credit Suite as like the foundation, right? Like you have to build that side of the business anyway. And for you to even be recognized by getting much larger capital for your business, right? So I guess question number 2 would be, Samuel, want to purchase a laundry mat for $325,000. What does Brian, how do I pronounce your last name? Ontario.
Yeah.
Ontario. What can he do for me, right? And also, James Samuel wants to purchase a $5 million company. What does Brian Ontario offer me at this point? Right? Because, and like, honestly, I'd love to go buy a laundromat tomorrow, right? But that being said, once I start my business, I need to know how, like, help me conceptualize based on the 2 scenarios that I just gave you, how what you offer fits into what I just requested.
Amazing question. I really appreciate you for that question. So I'm going to take to, and to preface my answer first, I'm going to take you to the theology of 3 paths of lending and the understanding of it and how effective it could be when approaching such scenarios. Okay? So let's talk about the laundromat first. These are the questions that I would ask Mr. James. So you're trying to purchase a laundromat for $300,000, right? How many machines are in there? Let's just go hypothetical here. Just keep going.
There's 208 machines.
208 machines.
With 1/3 of them being dryers.
Okay, one. Okay, cool. Now, do you know how old they are or what the value of the machine? Have you checked that out?
I have not checked that out, no.
That would be the most important part, because if you really think about it, James, there's
appreciation of
that is the asset. That's your money maker. If you're looking at it, this is a nasty analogy, but if you're a pimp, the girl is your moneymaker, so the is your moneymaker. So the age of the machine, the current conditions of the machines, and the current value of the machines weighs a lot as it pertains to this specific scenario. So that's number 1 thing that I will ask you questions about. The next questions I will be asking about is, what's the location of this place? Do you own the location? Is there a lease there?
It's a lease, I believe.
Okay. We want to know how much the lease is, and if you own the location, then I would go in further into the value of the real estate, kind of see where that goes. Because I want to take it to that. But if it's a lease, I want to know how much the lease is. And then the conversation is going to switch to how much does a business make, and then I look at, okay, cool. The business, let's just say the business makes $10,000, $50,000 a month. Does it cash flow?
Yes.
And then I get into okay, cool. Has the business been evaluated? There's such a thing called a business evaluation, where somebody comes and looks at the business, evaluates the assets, looks at the books of the business to see how much the money makes, and they can say this business is worth this much money. Especially when we're talking about a business that has no hard assets like real estate with this specific one. So I will look at the business assets. I will look at the business obligations. I will look at the business revenue. That's number 1 for the business itself. Number 2, I'm going to look at you, James. What the hell does your credit look like? You see what I'm saying? What is your background? Now we're talking about a laundromat here, so this is nothing crazy. But if we're talking about you, let's say buying like an accounting firm, shit, do you have a degree in accounting? Like, what the hell are you doing? If
I'm glad you said that, because that $4 or $5 million company that I'm looking at is an accounting firm. So what does that scenario look like?
$5 million company. Okay, cool. So you're trying to get $5 million to purchase accounting, $5 million to purchase an accounting firm, right?
Yeah.
First question, is there any real estate involved?
I don't believe there's real estate outside of leasing.
Okay, so we're leasing. Okay, I'd like a little bit of background about the accounting firms. How many clients does it have? How many accountants? how many accountants are going to stay? How many is going to be leaving? That's going to kind of give me an idea of, number one, how many clients does the accounting firm have? You see what I'm saying? I want to dive into their contracts. The value of this firm, $5 million is a lot of money. This is a whole different conversation than $300,000.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, and I'm going to put it is, James, lenders care about two things and two things only. They care about how the hell you're going to pay this loan back and what the hell is going to happen if you don't pay it back.
Okay.
That's all that matters. They really don't care about you, how passionate you are, your background and your degrees and all that shit. None of that matters. How the hell you're going to pay it back, and you prove that based on the 3 parts of lending. What the hell is going to happen if you don't pay it back? You prove that based on the 3 parts of lending. Let me make that make sense. So $5 million. Number one, the business, the contracts, how many people will stay, how many people will leave. I would look at the business profit margins. What else am I going to look at on the business? And then I'll come back and I'll look at you. Who the hell are you? What's your net worth in case this thing fails? Are you going to personally guarantee this? What's your credit look like? Okay, cool. All of that we've passed. Now, what's your background? Have you ran an accounting firm before? You're going to be hiring somebody to run this for you. Who is this person you're going to run this for you? What's his resume look like? You see what I'm saying? Because you got to make the lender feel comfortable that, cool, you're buying a business. Because the whole point of you buying this accounting firm for $5 million is for you to continue running this business and continue to making that money, right? So I got to make sure are you going to be able to do that? The way that accounting firm is making that money every single year is based on the people that have been running it, based on the contracts that it currently has. It might even go deeper of me looking at the contracts that the accounting firm has with the client. How much are they paying? How long those contracts are? What's the, re-signing again? How long, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the whole thought process. Hopefully that answers your question.
So going back to me and credit score, say that again.
I said, unless your dad is Warren Buffett, that profile you just explained to me, you're not getting no money to buy a $5 million accounting firm.
Okay. Why not? And what happens in that scenario, right? Because again, people that I'm talking to will be in my, potentially could be in my scenario.
Okay.
Right? Can I buy the laundromat with my current profile? Are there ways to improve my profile? And yeah, let's go from there.
So number one, let's get back to the accounting firm and why you can't buy it.
Okay.
As I said, how the hell are you going to pay this back, and what the hell is going to happen if you don't pay it back, right?
Yeah.
And step away from your body for a second. You're an underwriter working in my office. How the hell are you going to pay it back? That's going to be answered based on the structure of the accounting firm. So I'm not really worried about that. I trust and believe that it's worth $5 million. That people are going to 100% stay. It has great contracts, and it's got 30% profit. It's an amazing accounting firm. Let's just move on to that, right? Now, I have my problems when I look at you. We're talking about you running an accounting firm, and you have bad credit. You see where that issue comes in? There is a sense of credibility that has to this underwriting process. Who are you to come in to run this accounting firm? There's a reason why sometimes certain jobs look into credit. You understand what I'm saying? Because it has to make sense. It has to make sense, man. No offense. There's a point in time that I had bad credit too, but you're asking the questions. So. No
offense taken. Like, these are legitimate.
Yeah.
You need to cover all the bases, have a better understanding of even what I'm trying to do. Like, it's one thing to say, because let's face it, out of everything that you said there, I'm focusing on acquisitions, right? I'm teaching people how to purchase businesses. If I can't purchase the laundromat, we can't even talk about the other business. So
absolutely,
where do I fall into play? And part of the reason why we're potentially having this conversation is the financing piece to my concept is extremely important. But again, kind of like what you said, if I haven't experienced it, I think this is in one of your videos, how can I teach you or talk about this if I haven't experienced it myself?
Absolutely. So, number one, let's remove the accounting firm out of the equation. Let's talk about the laundromat, because that's a little bit more reachable. As an underwriter, I have to go back to skin in the game. How much skin in the game do you got? How much are you bringing to the table? Can you meet me halfway with? Can you put down 20%? Can you put down 30%? Do you? Okay, great. Now, do you have experience as a maintenance person?
Let me stop you right there. No, I can't. I don't have 10 or 20 or 30% to put.
So let's even assume the business, an amazing business, has 50% profit margins. Then how the hell are you going to pay me back? By you introducing your credit report out of it, it shows that you have bad habits as it pertains to paying creditors back. So by you, now in this equation, I have concerns because of your credit history. That's what credit tells. That's the whole reason for credit, man. You understand what I'm saying? So, okay, cool. I'll still work with you if you really want to do this. But now that's why I say skin in the game. If you come in and be like, hey, I know I got bad credit, but I have 30 grand. I'm ready to put in 10% down. Or, I have 60 grand. I'll put in 60% down. Okay. That helps me with what the hell is going to happen if you don't pay it back. I know that I have bad credit and this bill $300,000. I'll put 60% down. The assets of the business are worth about 500,000. The machines. That looks good. Okay. This makes sense. I know that I have bad credit, but I have 10 years of experience fixing laundromats. I'm looking at the financial statement and they spend $60,000 a year in maintenance fees. That's going to be cut down since we're going to be doing the maintenance. I'll be doing it personally. And I'm also going to be able to bring in 40% down. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's ways to position this, of course, but there has to be a win-win situation presented to make this make sense. I'm not going to sit here and make decision drunk on your passion, man. It takes passion plus execution to get results. Bring in your passion. Let's come up with, let me bring in my money and let's have the right proper execution to have the success that we're talking about. But we're not just going to get there with your fucking passion. You see what I'm saying? So that's the approach. That's what I would train, business loan brokers. And that's what I train my students as well. Business is real. It's raw. It's very logical. There's no emotion in business. There's credit scores. There's underwriting criteria. You meet this threshold, or that's it. There's nothing else, or anything like that. And when it comes down to this, ways that you can try to pull here and there, but most importantly, with such a business owner, I would look at the credit and see if there's even anything that can be done so we can remove some of the negative items on the credit report, so we can change, because perception is key. That will never, ever end. I always tell people that you get one chance to make a first impression.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, and again, and I try to remove people from the passion aspect when it comes to borrowing, because the lenders just doesn't care. If they sit there, the lender is not Jesus. I have hours that get on the phone and be like, man, I've been thinking about doing this for so long. My kids told me, I had a dream, and it does not matter. What I'm saying? I'm a hard worker. I've been waking up at 3 o'clock every morning. I'm part of the 5 a.m. gang. Does not matter. What matters is 3 paths of lending. That's just, that's what it comes down to. And, we can get creative as much as we can, but it has to make sense, to these lenders.
Okay.
That's just what it has to come down to.
No, and that's great, because again, even based on like my scenario, I always just kind of saw it as the company's value is what would allow the acquisition to happen. Absolutely. Right? I always had, and I guess that misconception just didn't pan out to be true, right?
Who is the company?
I'm sorry?
Who is the company?
Company is its own entity, if that's...
Listen to the question and understand it a little bit. Who is the company? The people.
Yes.
The people are the company. So the company, going back to what you said in your statement, the company's value will help with the transaction. Yes, that's part of it. But the company is the people. And you being the acquiring party, you're going to be becoming part of that company. So you have to be evaluated as well, as if you fit with this company's profile. And what has to be evaluated is your experience, your credit, your income, your assets. You know what I'm saying? If you're saying, I have 500 credit score because my wife, we just got into a divorce, but I have a $5 million net worth, that's a different story. See what I'm saying? Give me this $5 million and use my $5 million stock as collateral. Okay. It still comes down to the 3 paths.
Okay. Well, going back to what you and I could do, I have to think about how I can incorporate this with my current model and what adjustments I need to make on that end, and to see where I would be a fit. Because truth be told, like, I would like to get into the capital lending space. I like the idea of just being an agent and being able to say, well, I gotta think about what I can say now, based on our conversation. That honestly sounds more appealing to me right now than anything. But clearly be long-term, depending on if I can even acquire the other components of the business, the other components of my business model. So I think starting out as an agent would probably be the best option for me at this point.
So when we want to get started?
I have to think about it in terms of how can I incorporate it and if this is the direction that I want to go. So, Perfect.
Okay, there you go, man.
And I appreciate your time. Yeah, I have to see how it fits into my model.
All right, sounds good. I appreciate it as well. Just let me know.
No, I appreciate your time. You opened my eyes to a lot of things, and thank you for clarifying what CCTG could have done and what they couldn't have done at the price they wanted to do it.
Absolutely. And I've sent you a link how to get enrolled for that $1,500 price. Okay?
Okay. Yeah, I saw that.
All right, man. I'll talk to you soon.
I appreciate your time.
Anyway, if you stay with me through the end, I appreciate you. I really do. Please go ahead and give me a like to the video, subscribe to the channel. And I guess I should go ahead and pay some bills. Let you know what this video is brought to you by our sponsor, Broker Solutions Academy. There's going to be a link in the description. We work with people that are interested in becoming a business loan broker. We have a very comprehensive business loan broker course, and we're going to be teaching you everything you need to know about how to become a business loan broker. Our mission statement is we help business loan brokers understand and simplify the various funding solutions that are available in the marketplace so you can properly serve your clients, stop the endless confusion and self-defeating pointless rat race they're currently in, and grow their business while maximizing profits by teaching them how to become a real business loan broker, not just a referral partner. This video is also brought to you by Pennington Consulting Group, and that's where we work directly with entrepreneurs and also business owners to help them get funded. So if you're looking to start, grow, or even expand your current business, Pennington Consulting Group, there's going to be a link in the description where you can go ahead and schedule a time. And like we always say at Pennington Consulting Group, our goal is to help you reach your goal. Again, thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next video.